This call is being recorded.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Marquise Williams. I'm super duper excited to have each and every one of you on this training call this morning, and each and every one of you listening to the replay. I'm going to give this training from the bottom of my heart, and it's going to be kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to kind of be a exit training, if you will. Why is it an exit training? Because I am exiting stage left from all the people that don't truly desire to have more in life. Paul Jones is basically giving us the opportunity of a lifetime. He's giving us our goals and dreams on a silver platter. And one thing that I've learned is that when somebody is giving you the blessing or giving you anything, that's one half of the transaction. That's one half of the transaction. But the other half of the transaction is you must receive it. And if you don't receive it, then guess what? The transaction is not complete. I'd like to take an opportunity to welcome all the new champions that have joined our team this week. Everybody who's new on training this morning, I'm super duper excited to have you on. And you know, this is one of those trainings where when I say it's an exit training, is because I'm going to do my best to have everybody who's not on this training live listen to the replay, because I need you to understand the severity and the opportunity that you have before you and understand why I'm not going to be so anxious to send you text messages after today, why I'm not going to be so anxious to call you after today, because I'm looking for people who are looking for me. I am looking for people who want more tomorrow than what they have today. And one thing that I've learned on my road to becoming a millionaire is that your actions must line up with your words. And if your actions do not line up with your words, that is a form of communication, whether it's conscious or subconscious, saying, I don't truly want it. So if somebody is telling you that they don't truly want it, they're telling you that they're not in agreement with you. If you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you're sending her text messages, if you're calling her or him and they're not returning your calls, you're supposed to go out on dates and they're not showing up for the dates. But then when you do finally catch up with them, they tell you, but I love you. Are you going to believe them? Are you going to think you're being played? Or you think that your time is going to be better spent elsewhere? So I'm telling you guys, my goal is to teach you how to become a millionaire. Not because it gives you flashy houses and flashy cars, but because it gives you the options to do what you want to do when you want to do it. It gives you the options to be blessed, to be a blessing. And when you truly understand, I get people who tell me, all the time, but I don't want to do this. I get people who tell me all the time, but my financial worth isn't exciting. Guys, reaching your goals and dreams, becoming a millionaire, has nothing to do with how you feel. Has nothing to do with what you think. Has nothing to do with your opinion or what's exciting. It has everything to do with following direction. When you're on the phone with somebody who's working with you consistently and saying, hey, I'll teach you how to become a millionaire. When you have a multi-millionaire running the company, ask yourself, is it possible that they know a little bit more than I do? Is it possible? To understand the most important thing for you to do is follow directions. Sometimes we have to protect you from you because you get in your own way of your success. So I got a text message this morning, you guys. I got a very exciting text message this morning. And the text message said, the Power of One will be extended another week. Great job, Focus Marketing. This is the best time to be building. The Power of One person. That went out to the entire company. Went out on Facebook. You guys, you got to understand that we're on the radar now. We're on the radar now. And it's time for us to step into leadership. See, for most of the Power One promotion, people were sleeping. They didn't know about it. They didn't hear about it when it came out. They were hiding under a rock. But see, now is the time, you guys. Now is the time to go after it. We got an entire week to run, and to run. And if you truly understand what that means, then by the end of this week, you should have your 3 and 9 set up. You should be in a position to become a senior director. You should have a check come into your mailbox. Why? Because it's just that simple. And the only reason why it won't happen for you is because you're either not doing anything or you're not following directions. Not doing anything or you're not following directions. See, your life is a accumulation, summation of the decisions that you've made up to this point. Some of you may be happy with your life. Some of you may not be happy with your life. Some of you are where you want to be financially. Some of you are not. Some of you are time broke. Some of you are not. But you're a part of this company for a reason. And when you understand that in order for your situation to change, in order for you to get different results, you have to first change who you are. Because if you come into this company with the same habits, the same mannerisms, the same ways that you've applied to your life up to this point, then you're going to get the exact same results. So you got to make some changes to who you are. You got to grow as a person and develop as a person. Because if you're hard on your job, your business, or whatever you have going on, you might make a living. You might even make some money as well. But when you work hard on yourself to become a better you, that is when you begin to make a fortune. And it's time for each and every one of you to stop settling for mediocrity, to stop settling for being average, to stop settling for watching other people live the life that you desire. But more importantly, to stop settling for being right smack in the middle of the tiniest wealth-building opportunity in America today and not taking advantage of it. See, it's not about you. At the end of the day, it's really not about you because we're in the people business. We're ambassadors for change. We're distributors of the blessing. And for you to sit in this opportunity and not tell nobody else about it, quite frankly, that's selfish. That's selfish because there's people who you pass every single day. There's people who are in your cell phone contacts. There are people who are on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever social media that you have. There are people who are praying for an opportunity, and you may be the only answer to their prayers. But because you don't want to grow and display confidence, because you don't want to start changing who you are. See, sometimes people see the difference in who you are, the difference inside of you before they see the difference in your lifestyle and your paycheck. Sometimes they're attracted to that. But if that never changes, then they just look at you as the same old you. If they don't see you more excited on your social media, if they see you complaining all the time on your social media and in person, if they see you always acting the same way, then they're going to think that everything's the same in your life. You have to understand thoughts are things. You have to understand what you put into the universe, what you put out, then the universe has no choice but to begin the manifestation process and start putting that into action. So if you say I'm broke, it doesn't matter if you're joking. It doesn't matter if you're saying what's real. Then money is not going to transfer and come your way because you keep speaking that you're broke. When somebody says, hey, what's going on, man? If you say ain't nothing going on but the rent, there ain't nothing ever going to be going on but the rent. Nothing's going on because you spoke that. I even teach my daughters. You go up to one of my daughters, hey, what's up? She's going to tell you everything's up. It doesn't matter what's physically up right now in your current situation. You have to speak what you actually want to be. How you doing? Great. You could have just lost a family member. You could be sad on the inside, crushed. But you know what? There's no way for you to get out of that feeling unless you speak it into existence. So you got to wake up, and every morning you got to have positive self-talk. I'm going to keep driving this home. Every day, your daily method of operations, your daily routine should include certain things. One, every single morning you should wake up, spend 10 minutes just meditating and thinking about your vision, what you want for your life. When you begin to visualize it, when you begin to become one with it, it becomes real to you. And you're willing to go harder. You're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. That's powerful. And then spend 30 minutes for personal growth and development. Become a better you. You got to start putting some new nutrition into your mind. You got to start eating different. Less radio, less Lil Wayne, less things that are corrupting your mindset. For those of you that know, I love music. You know I love music. But I have to understand at the same time, those bars and those punchlines are not putting the proper nutrition into my mindset. So I got to switch it out, and I got to put in some Tony Robbins, some Les Brown, some Paul Jones, some things that are going to help me grow and develop as a person. Some things that are in alignment with my goals and my dreams. See, if I still was pursuing a career in music, then yeah, I can listen to music all day because I want to grow and I want to develop as a musician. And I still do music for fun and recreation because it's a passion of mine. But right now, I have a goal to go to multi-million-dollar status. I have a goal to create 100 millionaires. I have a goal to create success stories. And in order for me to do that, I have to put some different nutrition into my mind so that I can lead the flock like a shepherd. So for those of you who just jumped on, I'm proud to announce, thanks to what our team has done, the Power One promotion has been extended. We have another week. So if you lollygagged last week and you woke up this morning like, dang, man, I messed up. I blew that promotion. I wish I could have did more. Well, you get a do-over. I was watching The Price is Right when I was in the airport, and they have a game called the Hole-in-One, right? And it's where you based on you picking the right prices, it gets you closer to the hole. So once you get to where you get to, you got to try to putt it into the hole. And if you miss it the first time, then they hit the guy hits a little button. I don't know why I want to say the original host, Bob Barker. He's been gone for a while. Drew Carey pushes the button, and it says it's a hole-in-one or two. So you guys get another opportunity. You get another opportunity to take advantage of this promotion. But I want you to understand that if you don't do nothing different this week, then you're going to get the same results as last week. So you got to make a conscious decision to do something different. I always say how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're lazy in one area, you're going to be lazy in other areas. You just may hide it a little bit better. If you're a procrastinator in one area, you're going to procrastinate in other areas. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, but it's still procrastination. You don't attract who you want. It'd be nice if we could just be who we are and attract people who are leaders and awesome. That's not how it works. You attract who you are. That's why we have to become better us, better people, so that we can become better in our business. See, this is the life business. This isn't meant to be a second job. This isn't meant to be a part-time job. You guys, it's time to have some fun in life. Life is meant to be fun, profitable, and exciting. And you gotta buy in and internalize the vision of what we're doing. Because if you don't buy into the fact that life is meant to be fun, profitable, and exciting, if you're so caught up in, I don't know nobody who wants to repair their credit. If you're so caught up in that, you miss the whole vision. But if you buy into the vision, if you stay core, if you focus on the process and not the end result, then the end result is going to come. But you got to fall in love with the process and not worry about what you look like. When I first started working out, I used to always get on the scale, and I used to get discouraged. So like, man, I'm not losing weight. It's not working out for me, and it will cause me to slack off and work out less and get off course. But when I begin to fall in love with the process, when I just begin to start saying, okay, I'm just gonna work out. Whatever happens, happens. I know if I follow this regimen, then eventually something's going to have to change because that's just how it works. And there's something called the law of numbers and the law of averages. If you talk to enough people really about anything, we could be selling magic rocks. We could be selling pink bunny slippers. If you talk to enough people about it, guess what? Somebody's going to join. Somebody's going to join. So you have to see the vision of where you want to go and what you want to do. You have to see the vision of what you want to do and where you want to go. So looking at this week, you guys, I'm going to give you two scenarios, okay? I'm going to give you two scenarios, and you take the scenario based on what you see for your life and your goals and your dreams and what you have going on. Okay? I want you to think about that. You pick the scenario that best fits your lifestyle. And for those of you who are just checking in, welcome to training. Just a quick recap. Brought a lot of new champions on this week. Welcome all the new champions. If you're new who just checked in, hey guys, because of our work ethic and because that we took action this week, the Power One promotion was extended. But if you were under a rock and if you're not happy with the results that you got last week, then this is the week that you get a do-over. This is the week that you can go ham. This is the week that you can really make it happen. See, Paul Jones is giving it all to us. So I want to give you two quick scenarios so that you can understand the power of what can happen this week. And the power, let's listen to me. The power of possibly getting it extended another week. You got to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, you guys. Today's Saturday. So say you get off on Saturday, right? And this is the aggressive scenario I'm going to give you first. I'm going to give you an aggressive scenario, and I'm going to give you a conservative scenario, right? So here's the aggressive scenario. So the aggressive scenario says you get off this call and say, you know what? I really want this. I really want this to happen in my life, and I'm going to go after it. So you just start calling people. You just start texting people. Get with your sponsor, your upline. Get with me on the proper way to invite you guys. There's certain text messages that will get you better results. I got a buddy of mine who taught me a text messaging format that he learned. And it's real simple. Some of you know I've used it on you. I remember Aisha checked in. I sent Aisha a text. Hey Aisha, please give me a call ASAP. Nothing's wrong, but I need to talk with you right away. Call me at cell phone. Now, you said nothing's wrong, so they understand it's not an emergency because you don't want them calling you thinking it's an emergency, but they're going to call you or text you back. I'm at work, but what's going on? You okay? You just want to get them on the phone so that you can tell them, hey, I'm really excited about something. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. I'm working with a group of individuals, working with a multimillionaire on a project. We got a goal to create 100 millionaires. You need to take a look at what we got going on. Well, what is it? And this is where people get caught up. This is where you get stuck because you feel like I don't really know how to explain it, and I don't want to lie. I don't want to look stupid. But if you're new, then just be new. Even if you're old, just be new. Tell them, hey, I don't want to mess it up for you. I actually don't got enough time to explain it right now. But when would you have 20 minutes to look at something on the computer? When would you have 20 minutes to sit down? When would you have a couple minutes to get on the phone, with one of my business partners? I want to make sure that you see what I saw. I want to make sure that you get excited like I got excited. That's what you need to do. So remember, the reason people aren't successful is because they base their future success on the wrong things. I want to drive this home to you, you guys. Success, nothing to do with how you feel. Nothing to do with what you think. Has nothing to do with your opinion. Has nothing to do with what you're excited about. Those are pluses, but it has everything to do with following directions. Everything to do with following directions. We're just fortunate enough that we got something that people can get excited about because they understand it's a very integral part of our life. And I'm excited, that we have something that's always going to be relevant. Finances aren't always exciting, but they're always going to be relevant. And when you're dealing with a business where you want it to be long-term, see, I want Michaela, Mackenzie, and Faith to be able to eat off this. I want my grandkids to be able to eat off this. I don't want this to be a fly-by-night deal that has to convert and has to try to stay ahead of the times in another 5-10 years. I don't want to be reinventing ourselves in another 5-10 years. See, you have something that's solid and always going to be relevant. You don't have to worry about your income dropping and then going out and starting all over, because that's not what network marketing was meant to be. So aggressive plan. You go out today, Saturday. You say, you know what? Saturday, it's weekend, people off work. They may be going out and having fun, but I'm going to give the people a call and I'm going to set some appointments, right? You get on the phone and you get your 3 people. Boom. Pretty awesome. Well, then tomorrow you get with your 3 people and you work with them. You tell you're excited at Power One. We're looking to make some things happen. Monday, you get your 9 people. If we just get 3 people every day for the next 7 days, by the end of the week, you're really done. Quite honest. Now, of course, that's in a perfect world. The possibility of that happening slim to none. But have you ever heard the saying, if you shoot for the moon, you'll end up on the stars? So here's a little more conservative approach. And this is something that I always teach. You want to get your 3 knocked out, even in the presentation. Our goal is to help you get your 3 in your first 24 to 48 hours. So let's say Saturday and Sunday. Maybe you set some appointments today. You get them on the Freedom Call tomorrow. You get a few people on the Focus Marketing System, and you get your 3 by Sunday night. Boom. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. You start working with those people. You set some appointments. You do some dream building. You get them, on the Freedom Call. Get some people on the Focus Marketing System, and they get their 3 by Tuesday night. Same thing with those 9. Start working with them, start dream building, getting them excited about the vision, and they get their 3 by Thursday night, the Freedom Call Thursday night. Well, you just built the team. You just built your top 40 out, you guys. The promotion is extended another week. And now all you have to do is say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get a few more customers and become a senior director, so I can build the Power of One as a senior director. And then, of course, we can always live in the essence of the Power of One. Stop talking about 3 and just really focus on getting 1. Because it's really up to how bad you want it. But more importantly, what you want to do. See, this is a volunteer army. You can move at the pace of your goals and your dreams. It's really up to what you desire and what you want in life. And I'm just here to help you get it at the end of the day. So if you want to move fast, I'm like Enterprise. I'm like, how fast do you want to get there? You want to get there fast? Okay, let me rent you this Ferrari. If you want to get there slow and comfortable, here, let me rent you this minivan. It's really up to how bad you want it, but you got to be upfront with your sponsor, your upline, and let them know what pace you want to move at. You got to let them know your goals and your dreams so that they know, hey, what are we doing? How fast do we need to drive? Because if you want to go fast and I'm treating you like you're driving a minivan, you're going to get frustrated. If you want to get there slow and I'm pushing you like you're in a Ferrari, you're going to get frustrated. So the key is open communication. You guys, you should be talking to your sponsor or your upline or your upline, if not every day, every other day. And they shouldn't have to call you. You should be calling them. It always amazes me, like, I'm showing you how to make $1 million, but I got to call you all the time. Like, how does that work? So you guys, you got to have fun in your business. Too many times it begins to feel like a job. It begins to get frustrating, and it's really because you're trying to stick a square peg in a round hole. You're trying to go through a door. You're trying to go through a wall that has no doorway. If you follow directions and keep things simple, it's a lot easier to get to where you want to go, and we're able to move in unison, and it makes it a lot more fun. See, when more people commit to getting on the calls and getting on the trainings, it makes it more exciting as a team. Remember, we're building a prosperity community, and you have to keep in mind, you may be the answer to somebody else's prayers. So you got to stay plugged in. You got to stay connected. Because if you're disconnected, then it's easy, like that kid in the zoo, to wander off and fall in the gorilla pit. What's the gorilla pit? Negativity, people who don't want nothing more out of life, mediocrity, being comfortable and settling for your job, starting to think that, oh, well, you know what, I don't need that new car. I really don't need that new house. We actually have a lot of house. A new house would be hard to clean. I really don't need to have more time. I got a lot of time right now. You start to justify and limit yourself and limit your goals and your dreams. And you have to start to dream again, dream bigger, dream stronger. Sometimes your spouse or your significant other isn't going to agree with you. They're not going to see the vision. But you got to understand, they don't understand everything about your job either. You gotta stay strong. Understand you have the opportunity of a lifetime. You don't want to look back and regret and say, man, I was a part of that thing and I just didn't do it. That's a horrible feeling. You know how many times I talk to older, wiser people, and like, man, I had a chance to invest in Microsoft, or I had a chance to invest in Google, or even people that I had a chance to invest in Facebook and Twitter. People had a chance to invest in everything, and they just didn't do it, either because their fears or whatever the case may be. And what you got to do is you got to see yourself being great before anybody else sees you being great. You got to see yourself being great before anybody else, before you get great. People always ask, how'd you make $1 million? I saw myself making $1 million before I actually made the $1 million. I started doing things as if I made $1 million before I made $1 million. That's what you got to do, you guys. You got to make sure. That's why you get up every morning and you visualize it for 10 minutes. You put yourself in that moment. You put yourself in that why. You put yourself in those 20 reasons. You put yourself in that lifestyle. You project that onto your life for those 10 minutes so it becomes real. Because when it becomes real, your actions become real. They become more focused. They become more urgent. When you start to get urgent about this deal, when you see a promotion like this, you don't sit down. You move with urgency. You turn it up. Grant Cardone says you 10x it. 10x it. Whatever you were doing, you do that much more. And I'm going to start to close with this. And this is very important, you guys. When I talk about falling in love with the process and not the end result, this is why you fall in love with the process and not the end result. When the promotion was announced, a lot of people, I won't say a lot of people, but some people said, oh, I got to go to work right now. And they started recruiting, and they started talking to people, and they started doing the things that they should have been doing all along. That's a part of the process. But the people who are always talking to people, who are always showing the plan, who are always connecting and networking. All they had to do is go back to the people who are on the fence, or go back to the people who said no, who said, hey, man, I know you're on the fence, but we got a promotion going right now. You need to come on. I know you said no before, but we got a promotion going on right now. You need to take a look at this. And they had a whole crop of people that already had seen the plan, that had already seen the vision, or had already, it wasn't the right timing for them, whatever the case may be. They didn't have to go start recruiting. And if you're always talking to people, whether it's buying leads, whether it's creating and generating your own leads, whether it's bump intos, whatever method that you feel comfortable of getting leads, that's the whole thing. You have to be, I always have a saying, 2 people a day brings freedom my way. I make it my mission to talk to 2 people every single day, because you never know who's praying for an opportunity. You never know who's the next Marquise Mike Williams. You never know who's the next Paul Jones. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the story, but Paul Jones was walking through the mall, and some guy walked up to him, gave him a business card, and said, you want to make some real money, call me. Number one, that's not even the right way to recruit. But Paul kept that card. And he never called him, not for a while, until he got denied for a house and he realized his income to debt ratio was off and he needed to make more money. He didn't call him in the beginning because it's like, the nerve of you telling me you want to make some real money, call me. But when you plant seeds, there's something called seed time and harvest. And over the course, when you plant those seeds, over the course of time, some of those seeds are never going to grow. Some of those seeds are going to germinate and they're going to grow to a harvest. But if you never plant the seed, there's no chance for a harvest. So you guys, this is our coming out party right now. I want to create more success stories than the company can handle. I want to get the check. I want to get a check in more people's hands than ever before. Each and every one of you who are on this call, I want to get you one person this Saturday and this Sunday. I want to get you one person at least, because then we can work with that one person and we can help them get one person at the beginning of the next week. Don't get intimidated. Don't look at the results that you may or may not have had in the past. Don't think about what's going on within your current situation in life. None of that matters. The only thing that matters right now is where you want to be, because life is 10% what happens to you and 90% of how you respond to it. And Paul Jones just extended this promotion that gives us the opportunity to respond in a big way. I'm not saying you don't have problems. I'm not saying things aren't going on in your life right now. I'm saying if you focus on the problem, you're just going to have a bunch of problems, and nothing. It's not going to get you anywhere. But when you focus on the solutions, guess what? Your problems turn into David Copperfield. Poof, they disappear. So let's focus on this solution, guys. Let's make August one of the biggest months in James G. Net Worth history. And I'll leave you with this. August, September, and October, network marketing season. Why? Because right now determines how your Christmas looks. If you didn't like Christmas last year, if you don't celebrate Christmas, if you didn't like Kwanzaa last year, whatever holiday, if you didn't like the end of your year last year, and if you don't want this year to look the same, then we need to start right now. We need to start right now, because this is the time where people start getting those seasonal jobs. This is the time where people start looking for opportunities so that they can have more to buy their Christmas gifts, have more to make it through that holiday season, where business dips, for other companies, because everybody's trying to buy Christmas stuff. That allows you to build up your business so that as people start to buy Christmas stuff and kind of check out, summertime, people go on vacation, they check out, you notice sometimes the calls aren't as big and people aren't as engaging. That's just part of life, part of the industry. Same thing around Christmas. Between now and right before Thanksgiving, we have a golden opportunity to really do some major things. Let's get you. Let's help you become a superstar, you guys. Remember, JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. Make one decision that you want something more out of life, and more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. If you haven't done that, do it today. 2, get qualified to earn commissions. If you're not qualified, 1, make sure your web tools is on. You can't get in the game if you're not on the team. Get your web tools on. It's not a matter of something you can't afford. It's a matter of you worrying about a cost. And wealthy people don't look at how much something costs them. They look at how much something is going to make them. You got to have your web tools on so that you can qualify to earn commissions. Right now during this promotion, you just need one customer to qualify to get paid. So turn on your My Financial Worth service if it's not turned on. We'll work on the second customer later. Get yours on so that you can sign up somebody and get that $25 check. All right? And then 3, get 3 people and teach them how to do the same thing. Make a decision and get qualified. Guys, I'm so excited right now, and I'm going to end training with this. And I mean this. You guys hear me say this all the time. You're the best investment that you got. You were born to win. Play to win right now, because each and every one of you listen to the sound of my voice. You're already a champion. Already. Olympics time. Let's go get your gold medal. I love each and every one of you. Check your emails for the schedule at a glance to see what's going on this week and what you need to be plugged into. And stay on the lookout for the message from the top that I want you to log in and take a look at 3 p.m. in your focus marketing system. Let's go get it. Have an excellent weekend, everybody.